going to try this again. Hopefully the stream is clear. Please let me know if everything is blurry. I think I'm having a migraine issue right now, but so we're going to try this. My own brand new little Three of Swords version. My own version of the Three of Swords. If I could try some of these other brushes. Hi, Anne. Welcome. So you can see it now, whereas like the last time I tried this, it was all really blurry. Hmm. Yeah. You can see. Oh, okay, you can see too. Good. I'll just keep the palette out of the picture. And then this was my latest painting here. I finished that up last night. My equilibrium has been off, I think, all week, it seems. I think it's probably springtime. Well, we're just kind of starting here. This just be something simple. Well, thank you. Yeah, my two people out in a motorboat out in the ocean, heading into deep waters, or going home to the next island. I don't know, something like that. Hmm. And you got trying this with a different brush. I haven't actually used. I use these brushes for other things. And this is one of the brushes that you got me for Christmas. You got me a whole pack of brushes, and that was in the pile there. Welcome, Maria. Welcome. Welcome to another night of abstract tarot art. I don't really like the RWS Three of Swords, but decided to make my own version. Yeah. Oh, I don't know if I could do that on a handbag or something. That could be maybe a design for a handbag. And that's perfectly possible. I mean, as long as I have another paint set that I can't remember where I put it. It has shiny paints. I think I put it someplace else. All right. Well, it's not here. Anyways. Yep. 3 of Swords. And 3 of Swords is right. That's what it is. And then come back in and just do some other colors here. Little blue hearts. Yeah, I don't think that these paints could work on that kind of a thing. These are watercolors anyways. And so I don't know about that. All right, I'm just gonna find that. I guess I should have had all this stuff going before I started. What are we gonna do now? Okay, let's just. I think I want to do a background. I'm gonna make the whole background kind of yellow. I think. Let's see. Let's see where that one thing is that I'm looking for. Should have had this all put together before I started. I think it's down here. I had another paint set. They put it in this box. So what I'm doing right now is I'm rummaging through these 2 big boxes I have that are full of my painting supplies while I'm looking for something that was right in front of my eyes. Huh, all right. This is what I'm looking for. This here has some fancy paints, some metallic colors and so forth. I thought we might use some of that when I make the swords and so forth. Try something different. These are much cheaper paints, so we're working on the backdrop here, so we'll just come in here. Yeah. Well, probably it would need to be done just a bit differently. You mean this? This one here, Ann? Or one of the other ones? Welcome, Dallas. This one here. Yeah, that one. I don't know. I don't know that it is a nice design. Yes. Yeah, it's very bright colors. Hmm. Of course, this is supposed to have gloomy colors in the background. Hmm. Yeah. I think we'll just do some of these colors, and then we'll try to maybe add a few gloomy colors into it. Um, Maybe some of these oranges. Yeah, I think that'll work. Bunch of and these are just other warm colors, and warm colors aren't exactly gloomy colors. I think I'm gonna switch brushes. We'll try this gold here. Yeah, I did. I guess so. Yeah. Yeah, Pee Wee liked her dinner. I mean, she had most of it. I just had leftovers. I made took some soup, some stew that I made a while ago and took it out of the freezer, and that's all. That's what I had. It's tasty, kind of a vegetable stew. Oh, don't worry about chatting too much. You guys can chat amongst yourself too. I have the camera kind of at a different angle here, and so you can see a bit more. But as this different angle, it means it's harder for me to see the chat screen because it's actually I have to look up to look at it, so it's up above my eye level. There's a big giant broadsword, and the handle seems to be really kind of off. Hmm. And so, Mama Sushi, did you catch any of Heather's show today? Her farewell before she heads off to her and her husband head off to Southern Oregon, where they will be. What color should the hilts be? Would anybody care just to pick a color here, and then I'll just apply it to the rest of these swords or something? Maybe I'll just make the hilts this kind of a brownish color, but it looks like the same color as the others. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I caught some of it too. I mean, about the time that I said I was taking off, I did take off to go take the dog for a walk and then start making dinner and then black and some gold, yeah. There's some oddball sounds coming out of the TV. In the other room, mother's watching Northern Exposure. That's a great show, but black and gold. Okay, we got the gold here. It's kind of a coppery gold. Yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, with spring in full bloom, it's like things are. Hmm. Yeah. Fabric paint. All these colors look the same as I'm applying them down here. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's go back to that other brush. I'm gonna do the sky. I want some. Let's go. It's supposed to be gloomy. Yeah, let's go back and add this color. Painting purses. I think Annie would be looking at making a design and having it printed on there. It's probably be the best way. Hmm. Oh, make it look like the storm clouds. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I tried that. I did that with the other one. Orange. Well, you know, there's orange colors right before the storm in the fall. All right. What do we got going on here? Maybe we'll come take some of these blues. I mean, they look metallic here. I wonder if they'll dry looking metallic. I think we're just going to texture the sky out. Uh, hmm. This thing got in the way. Purple and blue and gray. I don't think she has an online store. Other than the one where she's selling CPAP machines and stuff like that. Hmm. Oh boy. Hmm. Yeah, that's an oddball headache I have. Let's put this clear over here. So it's way out of the way. Kind of like a mosaic patchwork of colors. Let's go put these clear out of the way. Hmm. uh, no, it's not weird. I look at my paintings often for a long time, and it's kind of mesmerizing to look at paintings. When I get stumped, I'll just kind of look at them for a while before continuing on. The masks were the kind of the harder ones, and still have some masks that I made last fall that I haven't finished painting. I'm gonna probably bring those back in next month to try something. Oh well, I guess I'm kind of quiet too. I'm quiet because I have a little bit of a um, headache going on here. It's not a really a. I have like 3 or 4 migraine symptoms, but not a whole lot of headache pain. That's kind of where I'm sitting at right here. I have my eyes are kind of buggy. I didn't sleep very well. My balance equilibrium is all off. I do kind of got some oddball headaches, but they're not, I don't know, they're really painful. I've had this set of paints since Christmas. I haven't actually, this is the first time I've used them. I kind of thought about it. They were not, they're like really student grade paints. Probably nothing that you'd want if you were trying to, since this is just pure practice painting, it's fine. But I do need to sleep. I didn't sleep very well last night. I didn't. I right before I went on here, I took I have like a prescription Benadryl. Not a full. I took some of it. It was prescribed for other reasons, but I tend to think it kind of seems to be like this multi-purpose pill. Taking multi-purpose pills. Actually, John, I've had this since the day after Christmas, but this is the first time I've used it, or the second day after Christmas. I think that's why I went to my art supply store. Just as long as I don't get any of these paint on those paintings behind there. Yeah, this is my first I've used them. And Mr. John, my sister is in the room too. I think she's still here. And one of her children is going to be having a child soon, like in a month, I think. I think that's the. Yeah, okay. This purple's good. We'll put some of the purple. Isn't there a song about purple skies? They are kind of pretty. They're not. There's not a whole lot of pigments in them. It's not. They're not. But this whole set was like $3, and so it's kind of like right in there with like things if you were doing if you were doing a painting for potential sale, you probably wouldn't. No, my sister just lives 3 towns over from here. She's in the chat. No. Yeah. She's a pretty busy lady. She runs her own company, and so when you're a business owner, it's kind of your time is oftentimes is not your own. So it's your own time. It's just most of the time is spent. My sister, John. I have one sibling, and she is 21 months older. She lives 3 or 4 towns away. We live in not too far away, but yeah, I think it's 3 towns away. Yeah. Not, and they're not. It's not linear, but. Yeah, I'm liking the sky on this. I'm trying to add some gloom to it. Yes, Ann Turner is my sister. Oh well, yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Also, when I was getting ready to get up there, I totally ran my toe right into one of the chairs. And I said, "Oh shoot! I got like 5 minutes. I got to get on in 5 minutes." And I didn't get on in 5 minutes. I got on like 10 minutes after five. After that, maybe we'll go back to one of these greens. Take some of the greens and put it down into here. This is not. I'm not working off of watercolor paper. This is just. It's supposed to be watercolor. It's yeah. Yeah, my sister has a an extensive handbag collection, and mm, but I can tell, when this paint dries, it is kind of shiny. It's kind of shiny. I don't know. Hmm. Well, you know what, Anne? I have a new design that I'm working on. So this is one of my newer designs. Now, I did model it after some famous Eastern European painter. Um, and this is a takeoff of that. But that painting belongs to somebody else. I think that this is also one of my other new designs. I call this the Lonely Highway. I have some different versions of it. And then there's this one is one of my newer designs. So since Christmas, it's those three the newer designs. I'm just gonna move that over here. And yeah. Okay, I think we want to come back in and let's go do some more coats of paint on that. Come in different colors. And with the Madden Lake, deep Madden Lake. Astoria. Oh, I haven't been to Astoria in a long time. I just don't. You know how it is. You just don't. You get on with life, and you just don't make it very far. I go to the coast because it's not too far from where I live. Go to the coast. But Astoria is a little bit of a trek for me. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I like to. Been meaning to go to the coast for quite some time now. But the getting the 85-year-old out of the house in a timely manner gets to be pretty tough sometimes. It doesn't happen fast. And it's hard for me to get. And then I don't go to bed all that early, so that also makes it a huge challenge to get anywhere in the morning. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Let's see. We'll get some of these redder colors over here. Mm-hmm. Well, one of those pills is going to put me to sleep that I took. So I got roughly an hour, and then before that'll start kicking in. But it wouldn't be the first time that I took one of those hydroxozines before starting a painting. I've done that multiple times though. Mm-hmm. It looks like a rabbit. Welcome, Tom. Welcome. It's good to see you again, and it seems like I just saw you not too long ago on that other channel. I also have to remember that I actually. Hmm. So, Mama Sushi, how did you weird Tom out? What did you do? Since you kind of like dropped it on there that you. Oh. Hmm. Huh. The pattern of the water and the paint on there is actually giving me ideas. Hmm. I'm gonna let this stuff dry, and we're gonna come back to it and give it another little coat, and just to see what else I can do with them. No, I think we should do a poetry night. I think it would be possible with the Go Live Together feature that I could toggle multiple people coming in and doing a poetry night. Because you as a guest can let yourself out. And because, that it is like, um, there are 2 Sundays of my after church chats that I wouldn't mind doing poetry with somebody, but I know that Easter is really hard, So I'm not going to be getting anybody on Easter. So, anyways, we can do that. We can do that. You know, if I could, um, I could use my other device in this room that I'm at if I run a hard line into it and an Ethernet line. I have a 50-foot Ethernet line. I think I can run it, but right now I'm kind of leaving it loose because I might want to use it to take the Ethernet line right out of my garage so I can get a little different vantage point for when it comes to like looking out at nature and stuff like that. But if I were to run the Ethernet line into my craft room, which is also my bedroom, then I could run it on. I could run it on like a webcam, a bigger webcam, a little different setup. I'll have to clean house, which I kind of hate cleaning house, but I'd have to do that. Clean house, do something like that, and then yeah, yeah. Well, migraines runs in the family. Me and my sister, we both have fairly bad migraines. Anne has them really bad, and mine are mostly silent, but and so I'm having migraine, a lot of migraine symptoms. I don't have the if I let it progress, I will get that experience of the stabbing pain through one of my eyeballs. It would be most likely occur by let it man. It most likely would manifest by Sunday because it might these. So I'm like day one in a migraine cycle, and it'll probably be maybe I can avert it if I can get get some good sleep tonight and but I don't know. Hmm. Yeah, well, my sister's youngest kids are 25, and they range from 33 to 25. And so, you've seen Mama Sushi, you've seen maybe I had showed some videos of that little Pee-wee dog. Well, that little Pee-wee dog came from one of my sister's oldest kid, and then it came here about 7 years ago. And little Pee-wee dog. She had a vaccine yesterday and doesn't feel very good today. But I did take her out for a walk. Hmm. Yeah. Well, when I get done here, well, I gotta get Mama. My biggest problem I have is I fall asleep on the couch oftentimes, and I wake up and it's like dawn, and that's kind of wake up in the morning and like that, and it just kind of ruins your whole day because you don't exactly get very much sleep when you fall asleep on the couch. I'm also kind of like worried that the metformin is driving my blood sugar up higher. But then then again, that's just a big my fault if I'm not like, you know, getting into, I don't know. I shouldn't be talking about crap that I swore up and down that I would never talk about when I was a kid. It's funny how that happens. You end up talking about your goddamn ailments and shit. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Yeah, that's because I'm not really thinking. Not really thinking. The secret to a good painting is really to run kind of, for the most part, do stream of consciousness. But of course, I started with the design. I knew that I knew what I wanted to do. I did the drawing, the simple drawing, and then I'm not really overly stressing over what the color scheme is supposed to be. I'm just looking at it and thinking it needs to be something. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it happens. All right, it does. It does. It does indeed. I might take some of this ultramarine blue and put it into here too. See how that dries up. Mm-hmm. There we go. Come get that in here. Just some accent points and ultramarine blue. Yeah, I have this one deck that I haven't. This was the last deck that I bought for 2024. I bought two borderless mini decks, and yeah, yeah. Well, this is not so bad. This is more. This is very interesting, but when I started pulling out of the box, it fell out all over the whole place, and it's got some really nice designs though. It's really interesting. It's a very interesting design. Tattoo Tarot. I'm gonna put the video out on my. Well, I'm gonna redo the video. I did it. I did a video of it. Gosh, before New Year's actually, or just right after New Year's, and I think about around that time, and somewhere in that department arena. But eventually I'm going to post it on the new channel, Tools of Fortune. Which I'm at 24 subs. I want to do live streams on it. But, you know, it's like I said, like I was talking before about the whole Ethernet line thing and putting an Ethernet line. But I'm be running that in along the ceiling, and then you don't want anybody to trip over it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. Little Pee-wee came from a puppy. Yeah, that was Elise's dog one time. Hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure that I like these ones, but it's okay. Put some of this metallic paint in it. Hmm. You know, I have I have that oxygen. Oh, but you know what, Ann? I haven't had. I don't have a working CPAP machine. So it's like, you know, since that one broke, I haven't really been using the CPAP machine since I need a working CPAP machine. Yeah. I will, as soon as I get Mama to sleep, I will turn that oxygen concentrator on and give that a try. Hmm. And that tooth I had pulled, but that kind of finally stopped hurting a little bit. Still hurts a little bit in the gum area. I'm gonna kind of put some patterns in here. I feel like it needs some patterns. Hmm. Yeah, well, Maria, I do need one, but I don't have a prescription. I I don't, because I don't have a prescription, so it's pay cash for all of that stuff. And then since essentially 2 years ago, I gave up my income to take care of my mother, and so it's not a. I'm in. Well, okay, and I started this. I started it on Tuesday, but the stream was blurry, and I didn't know until afterwards that it was blurry, and then Essence of the Moon was nice, being nice and saying that it was wonderful, but then I took a look at it, and then um, So I this was Tuesday night, and the stream was blurry, so I made the stream unblurry. I actually not unblurry. I made it. I took it. I unpublished it, and then I had the idea. So the idea came to me on Tuesday to have the. Well, I'll show you the. Here's my RWS deck here. So let's go with what the traditional, the Pamela Coleman Smith, the weight design. But see, but this three of swords designs actually goes back to about the 1400s. The it's in here someplace. There. So that is the I need to get it up to 50 subs. 50 subs, but yeah. That's the RWS, the 1909 design, and I never actually pretty liked it, and so then I thought about it being kind of like this, being like it was on a plant, and then but then for today I decided I didn't like the clouds in it, so I took the clouds out, and we'll just put that over there. So I took the clouds out of it. And I'll come back and do some more on the surface here. But I want to go and just... so yeah, I took 2 pills before it came on that stream. I took an aspirin and a hydroxyzine. And the headache that I have is now gone for the most part. Kind of make it like there's veins here, but also like, like it's kind of plant or animal. Maybe I'll go in with some of this ultramarine blue and just put a little bit of that in here. I should probably just wait for it to dry first before I do this. But there we go. Yeah. I haven't had that many apneas. I think that I know of, that I've had like maybe 1 or 2 a month that I know of. I could teach an art class. Well, if they ever get the work done on the community center, Mama Sushi, I could probably. But there's so many people in this area that are art teachers, and because there's like what there's a private school that's nearby, and so like the art collective that I kind of have my art in, and then there's other people who have their art in there. There's a lot of really good artists in this area. I mean, they've settled down here because it was cheap to live, and including like there was like a real famous um, couple of really famous artists that used to live down here. Their studio, one of them, their studio's still here. The other one's lived down in Ashland, and so. But as far as people who can teach art, there's maybe someday, I don't know. 'Cause I'm not exactly teaching art here. I'm just sort of doing art, and I'm kind of talking about it while I'm doing it. I think that looks cool. Let's come back into this gold here. A subscriber. Yeah, poetry's like really, really super popular. Yeah, I could do that. All right, let's go back to this other color here. Mix it in to have like a darker sword color. But we'll see. We'll see. We just don't know what's going to happen. Who knows? Maybe when I'm 60 years old, there'll be the things will be different. I'll be 60 in like a few years. Not too many though, but a few. That's called Tools of Fortune. It is linked on this channel through the community tab. It's linked through the community tab. And so what I kind of did, Mama Sushi, is I split all the tarot content off onto its own channel, and that's kind of what I did. I'd been thinking about it probably for a good year before, and then right before my birthday, I let that channel go live. Oh, you didn't know and you subbed? Well, thank you, Tom. Yeah, so I haven't actually been creating videos for a long time. I almost forgot how to do it. And so I've just been going through my decks. I got quite a few decks, and that I actually, and I'll just kind of put all a bunch of videos up. What I did do is do some canned divination where I've gone into Reddit and took questions, and I've been using that new tarot deck, the one that Ange told me about. I've been using this one. You'll be 49 this year, yeah. Yeah, you're the same. Oh, you're, yeah, 49. Yeah, so this is the deck that I've been going into Reddit and looking for fun questions, like what was it, like why don't girls like me, or why am I still a virgin and I'm 49 years old, and stuff like that. And so this is like a joke deck, and so I've done it, I think once or twice now. Yeah, I think I've done it twice. I have other ones planned. I'm probably, if I had more energy, I would have done a few more of these videos. Uh, yeah. Yeah, so anyways, and these are this, and so it's working on my storytelling skills with this. So essentially what this tarot deck is, Tom, is you have that party at your home or whatever, and then somebody says, "Oh yeah, Tom, I'd like to have a tarot card reading." Well, instead of you're not feeling up to giving somebody their tarot reading there, so you go and you pull this deck out and you do use this one instead. So you'll be 41 this year. Yeah. Yeah, I remember when I was 41. And so this is what this deck is for the most part. You can, people have used it to do serious divinations and so forth, but mostly it's that you're just having a good time. And so that's kind of so when I went to Reddit, because I was looking, because I'm applying my humor, and I was thinking, like American Pie. I was thinking uh, something about Mary. I was thinking stuff like that, and wanting um, to try and do something that might be humorous. Yeah, that's what I was kind of working towards, is humor. And because a lot of YouTubers actually go into Reddit to find funny situations, or like that one subreddit, AMI the ass hat. There's so I've been going through that one to see if there's any appropriate questions. It's not appropriate. I mean, it's just more like things that could actually work, as it might be amusing. And then you, I guess, go down into, then I go through the comments. So then I go down into the comment section, and I look at it, and I see But you already know the answer to many of these questions. You already know what the answer to the question is, especially if you're like you as a male and you're looking at other man things and they're looking at like 20 or looking at young men who are having trouble in the dating department. Well, you already know what the answer to that question is. Or I go down, you go down. There's one of them I was like looking at is down in the tarot subreddit, and someone says, "Well, will I be dating my crush?" And I think the most likely answer to that question is no. Most likely, it's not gonna. It's not. I mean, sometimes it works out, but most of the times that stuff doesn't work out. Bring her cheese is the answer. Thought provoking, yeah, yeah. Bring her cheese is the answer, yeah. Anyways, yeah. But I mean, for the most part, when people, I mean, with many people's questions, you don't even need to damn pull cards out to answer their questions, because when it comes to like, oh, should I date this person or should I date that person? Well, I don't know. I mean, you can try, maybe, but it's sometimes it works out, but oftentimes it's, I don't know. I mean, I dated a girl for a short time who was someone who had a crush on me for 20 years. It it was a disaster. It ended up with with me running one direction and her with a damn broken heart. That was not a, it was not it was a mistake. And I knew it was a mistake, but I did it anyway, and it was a mistake. It was a mistake to pursue a relationship with someone who told you they had a crush on you for 20 years. Maybe it's not always a mistake, but in that particular time it was. I need a mod to post it. The 11th card? Okay. I'll get you the 11th card. Where did I put it at? Oh yeah, I got a new book that came today. This was I bought it used, but it's weight. It's like Waite's book on the tarot. Okay, I'll shuffle this deck for you, and I'll pull the 11th card for you, Annie. Okay. Let's go put this over here. Mm-hmm. The 11th card. No, I didn't feel the same she did. It was fun for a little while, but I was way younger. I was way younger. He was way younger than me. And the fancy shuffle. Well, you can fancy shuffle with this card, this deck. It's a high quality deck of cards. And it was made by, I think, magicians, created by magician. I got it for my birthday. My aunt, who who via her grandmother, who was something of a fortune teller, and they told me this might have been the 11th card, Ghost, but I don't think that's it. 11th card. All right. Let's see what the 11th card is. Eleventh card. Okay, I'm going to cut the deck. We're going to knock in the luck here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Just in case other people... Okay. It's a virus. A virus was the 11th card. Or bug. A pincushion. Actually, no. This may not be a virus. Looks like it could be a meatball with a bunch of pincushion, or it could be like a planet with a bunch of tethers coming out of it. Yeah. Oh. So anyways, whatever this is, Anne, it was the 11th card. At first I thought it was a virus, but I don't think that's what it is at all. It's a planetoid, and there are all these little pin things. Maybe it's a cell, and I don't know. Whatever you think this is. I'm saying that it's evolution. All right. It's evolution. That's what it is. Okay, does anybody else want me to pull a card for him? Like, so my sister wanted the 11th card. Before I go, let that painting go dry a little bit more. Well, Anne, I can have you on this channel. And we can do talk show stuff sometime. Because I was actually thinking about that. Because we could actually talk, go talk about... You want the 6th card? Okay. All right. Tom, we'll get you card number 6. Okay. Number 6. Let's knock that in. Give it one more shuffle. 6th card for early ritual. Another little shuffle here, mini shuffle. All right. Card number 6. I'm going to cut the deck here and here and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, Tom. It's that ashtray that you forgot to empty out. You had a whole long night of thinking, chain smoking those cigarettes, thinking about hearts suspended from the sky. And I did a thinking about dark things that go in the night, UFOs, Flying saucers. Was that a Bigfoot that walked on by? Yeah. Well, yes, I remember those nights too. Back in the day, I quit smoking in 2000. Well, no, it wasn't smoking. I got off of tobacco all the way in 2012. I had one of the neighbors when I was 14 introduced me to Copenhagen, and I had a struggle with the tobacco from like 1982 to 2012, but I had quit from it. 2012 for you too, but I quit. I quit the tobacco in 2000, and then went on nicotine gum, and I saw a ghost in there, but that just flew out. 2023 for you, yeah, pack a day. Yeah, and so between 2000 and 2012, I relapsed into smoking 3 or 4 times, and every single times it was clove cigarettes that pulled me back into it. And when I was working at the casino, and there was smoking on the floor, and when I went onto the floor as a server, and then as a bar back, and then a bartender, I just cannot handle this. Clove cigarettes was a thing that, yeah, 10/25 2012, pack every 2 days, yeah. So yeah, it's like, and I think they may have even opened that casino back up to smoking. I haven't been in there since 2021. But I did. If I ever wanted to go back, I could go back if I wanted to. I would rather go to work for the tribe if I had a choice. It would be, the tribal center itself. Look, surprise! It's a surprise, yeah. Surprise! We all have something in common here. Yeah. Brain bomb, yeah. Does anybody else want me to pull a card for him? So we had that meatball thing with a bunch of pins coming out of it, and then we got the spikes thing coming out of the world. Yeah. Brain bomb. So I can pull. Okay, you want the 13th card. All right. Let me get you the 13th card. So Mama Sushi, 13th card. A 5th for the 41-year-old. And so Maria wants the 5th card. Okay. Well, let's do the 13th card, and then we'll do the 5th card for Maria. Too bad John Savage wasn't still here. What I was thinking about, Anne, that we could do when the weather is more reliably nice is that we could set up out in the driveway, and I could do a tarot card reading for you. We'll just show hands. We don't have to show people. You can talk your way through it, and we could do that, because I do have the garage wired for Wi-Fi. You can do that sometime. So that was the 13th card for Mama Sushi. I'm in this thing for 90 minutes. No, my lights are going to start burning out here soon because I didn't charge them up before. I got I got a half hour on one light and probably 20 minutes on the other light. Okay, so 13th. And then the 5th one after that. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. So it's the troll. And look, he's getting ready to go back into his little house, the little troll house. And got a bushy beard, and then, oh, he's got a bouquet of flowers. And so forth. All right. There you go, Mama Sushi. You got the troll. So let's go. Yeah. Yeah, it was cute. Do one more. And so this is for Maria. The 5th card. Not that one. That one may end up being the fifth one. All right. Okay. Okay, 5th card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The 5th card for Maria. Well, Maria, it looks like you're the gamer. The one there playing games, drinking Red Bull. What's that? Is that a pair of socks on the table? Anyways, gamer. Everything's great until the screen goes black. All right, let's see what these other ones are. So the other ones, oh, we got the slot machine. You pull the lever and lo and behold, you lose again. The deception of the machine. The machine promises wealth and riches, but in reality, it's a deceiver. Yeah. Machine promises has empty promises. And it's like you're flushing that abundance down the drain through the garbage disposal. But you know, while you got that VR machine strapped to your head, it all looks so rosy. It's all so rosy. Plugged into the metaverse, everything looks good. But, you know, it's just that game of chance. You're just pulling that lever. You're hoping for 777 to come up, for bar, 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 for bell, bell, bell. But no, it's that deception. The world is deceiving everyone right now. All right. Well, that was a little foray into that. Let me take my painting back out, and I want to work just a little bit more on this, and I'm going to cut it off for the night. And they got that baby shower to go to tomorrow morning. I'm going to do, I like the background. That's really good. I think what I'm going to do here, I'm going to go into my acrylics. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for coming on in, Tom. Yeah, so I'm going to go around the edge of the heart with this quinacridone magenta. This here is it is a Liquitex color. So Liquitex is kind of most of these paints here are all professional grades, and the Liquitex is on the edge of being a professional grade paint. And for these are acrylics. So I'm going to come in here with that. And come in just with the edges of it. It'll dry up kind of like a little bit of a barrier there. I'm going to do one other thing here in a second with this, with my fluid acrylics. Let's put some of this on here. I'm going to add a little light to it. All right, what else we're going to do here? Get some other ideas. Let me take some of this. This is a transparent black. I'm going to just put this kind of right on the edge there. It'll dry up. It'll dry up transparent, so it'll have just a little bit of a bit of something on it. Maybe we'll just take the rest of it and put it in here. Maybe a little bit over here. Okay. Just gonna put it in here. Well, this has been really a blessed night. New beginnings. Well, he had his new beginnings like in 2012, Ann. It's like 10/25/2012, a new beginning. All right, let's go put that away. And I'm going to go with some of my fluid acrylics and just do a little bit of brightening things up a bit. This thing's almost done, actually. Almost done. Let's take a little bit of this. It'll bring a little bit of light to the situation. No, I think I might do it on the outside, actually. It'll be a little of this fluorescent chartreuse. I'm going to put it in here like it's got a little bit of an aurora field that's just around the edge of the heart here. A little bit of light here. Mm-hmm. Uh, yeah. I'm just gonna put this in here, like just a little bit of an aura field of light coming around the whole thing. If I remember right, and it's been a while since I looked at it, but the three of hearts, three of not hearts, three of swords from a Marseille perspective may not be the same meaning as it is from an RWS perspective. Hmm. Here we go. I see. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So maybe by adding just a little bit of light into this picture, we're looking at. But you know what? We're here in imagination land, and in imagination land, things don't have to be like what the book says, right? What I'm seeing here in my head is I'm just seeing this like this of all this energy that is here, a lot of bright energy. What do you think? Hmm. Yeah. All this light coming off of it. There we go. I think that's pretty cool like that. And then I'm going to go in with the fluorescent pink and go around the swords on the inside, the one on the inside just a little bit, and put in some of this energy into it. It's gonna look something like this. I'll post it on my on a community tab. This is actually dry right now. I need to get some, like some that floor, some other more of these fluid acrylics, but next time I go to the town that has the art supply store will be, I think, the last Monday of this month, the week from Monday. Yeah, a little bit sparkly. Let's just put some of this in here. These fluid acrylics really pair really well with the watercolors. It's actually perfect for adding. You got these dark, and you're adding more light into the situation. I know that's not quite the right word for it. It's a journey, yeah. It is a journey, all right. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna pull this color out a bit, wet it down, and pull it out. A little bit more on this side. Hmm. Not leaving the low hanging fruit. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are nice cards, and it was the real life tarot with the joke cards. Hmm. All right. Well, I think what I'm going to do now is I'm going to give it a. I think it's done. We'll just use some of this orange. No, I'm not going to do that. Take some of this green over here. And sign my name at the bottom. Today is, I think, the 18th, right? There we go. A card for the new baby. Okay. I will do that. Just a second, Danny. Just wait. Hold on. I'm going to put my stuff away. I will pull for the new baby one of these Mary Mother Oracle cards for Allison for her second born child. And then I want to pull the tape off my painting. And it'll have another painting to go put right here on my set piece. Oh yeah, here was this one too. This was the first one of those ones. Yeah. For the set piece. And oh, it's Good Friday. I should take my since it's Good Friday, I'm going to take my wands and take them out of here. And I'll put new wands up on Monday then. These are upright cards only, so an upright oracle. And the cards are still a little sticky. This one wants to pop out, so I'm gonna choose this one for the new baby coming, for the new mama to be for the second time. And so the message on it is, Our Lady of Becoming, you may be uncertain about your future. You do not have to become anxious about how to make things happen, nor do you need to know all the details of what shall be. You needn't be in control of the mystery to benefit from it. Surrender your concerns into Mary Mother's care and take a step, any step that feels right for you. And so here's the image on the card. Mary Mother surrounded by roses. Seems like my internet failed for just a second, and I think you may have lost a little bit of it. You needn't be in control of the mystery to benefit from it. Surrender your concerns into Mary Mother's care and take a step, any step that feels right for you. And that's the card I pulled for you. But let's take the tape off here. And so we did a painting all the way from the beginning to end today, tonight, and over a course of an hour and 50 minutes. Had a good time hanging out in the chat. My sister and lots of good folks from and Mama's getting ready to go to bed, so I'm gonna cut this thing loose here. And I want to thank everybody who went over to my new channel to give it a sub. And here we are. Three of Swords. The Three of Swords. That's pretty cool, I think. For painted on April 18th on the 999 show with all those my good friends in the chat. Baby steps, baby steps. And on the back side, it is a High Priestess. But there it is. All right. Thank you very much. I'm going to get off. Thank you for hanging out with me. It was fun. And good night, everyone. Until the next time. Bye-bye.